All right, so just wanted to do a quick video. I've been having a problem with the top of my door, not really staying on track. And I will tell you, there's two things. If you put new weather strips on here, make sure you trim the back side of the weather strip because it was pushing on it over here. But this door was not wanting to sit down in there anyways, and for quite a while this has not been on here right. And if you, especially now when you have to shut the door a little harder with this brand new weather strip on here, you shut it a little hard and the top just pops right off. So inside in here there's like a fiberglass shelf, and what I did was I took these I took a drill with a really small bit on it, and I just drilled a hole I'd say about 10 inches. Now this top I could just pop it right on and off, so the rest of the door is on. I just kind of popped the top of the door up and looked for a flat spot on the shelf where there's nothing going on, because there is a couple spots on this shelf, in this fiberglass shelf in here, where there's like indents, and the window motor comes in like here, and the air vent is over going from here to here, so I didn't want to get in here. So I put one screw here and one screw here, and like I said, I just used this little bit. It's just very easy. I drilled down in here, I drilled down in here, and then I used the number 8 1.5 inch screw. And then I just took a black, first I took a black Sharpie and I colored the head of the screw, and then I just took a little black spray paint and I spray painted half of a Q-tip, and I just took that and kind of dabbed it to give it that matte look. I didn't really want to go with screws, but now it's really good. Like, you can shut this door and it doesn't, you don't hear that window bang against that fiberglass anymore. Oh my God, listen to that. Oh, that is so much better than it used to be. And this top rail was a big part of it. When this top rail pops off, the window bangs against the fiberglass molding inside the door if this rail isn't down. So after all these years, just these two little screws, I think I paid $1.50 for that package, and this is like brand new. So I just wanted to do a quick follow-up. This has been about a year later since I did this, and these may appear just a little barbaric, but they have really held up. The top of the door panel has not come off since I put these in here, and I'm 100% happy with them. This is a good mod. I really like it a lot. I guess if you're super OCD folks can't live with these screws in the top of their door, but I'm perfectly happy with it. I think they blend in really well. I considered doing them on the other side, but that door panel, that door doesn't have the traffic that the driver door does. I haven't had this issue with it, but I'll tell you right now, if the top of the door starts popping off on the other side because of the age of the door card, I will absolutely just do these 2 screws with those measurements. I wish that I had kept track of the drill bits that I used. Unfortunately, I didn't. What I can tell you is that I started with a very, very small drill bit to do a pilot hole, and the hole that's in the door card, because this material is soft, is rather small. So that screw has to push through there nice and tight, and that has kept it from coming loose at all. And if you look, you can, because of the soft material, the screws are like countersunk. You don't hit them or anything. I really like the mod. I'm very happy with it. So anyways, a small pilot hole down through, and that will put your pilot hole in your shelf. And then just take the top of the door card off and use a little bit larger of a screw bit. Again, I apologize, I didn't keep track of the size of the screw bits, but you want to do a very, very small pilot hole and then do a little bit larger of a hole in the actual shelf, because that screw did not want to go into that little tiny pilot hole in the shelf. That shelf has like a piece of metal in it, and those are in there really well. I mean, you could see they snugged themselves right down. You don't catch on them. Anyways, that's my door card mod. I hope you guys like it. If you're having the top of your door popping off, this is certainly one option. I did try one other ridiculous thing where I had these hangers in there and I wasted like 4 or 5 hours trying to get it to work. It didn't work. These screws worked really, really good. And as long as you can live with them, which I don't know, they don't bother me, you know, the door has worked substantially better since then and has not had any issues with popping off. And I just got this piece at the hardware store and I used this factory hole, and you know, this fix isn't the prettiest fix I've ever done in my life, but you know, I'm happy with it. So this is the kit that I used right here. Pretty sure I picked this up at Walmart. The pilot bit that I used is the 5/64 in the bottom right drill bit, and then in the middle shelf the 9/64 on the middle right side was the one I used for the second hole in the shelf. And then those holes, the front hole is 3 3/32 from the air vent on the front of the door. So if you measure from the air vent on the front of the door card back 3 3/32, put a little mark right there. That's where you want to drill your pilot hole. And then you can see I put it about a 1/4 of an inch in from the weather strip on the window. Now the back hole was 8 3/32 from the back of the top of the molding. So if you put your tape measure against the top of the molding on the back of the door and you go forward 8 3/32, you will land right in the middle of those panels inside the door. And then the screws that I use are just number 8 screws, 1.5 inch long. These screws here, I picked them up at Home Depot. So those are the tools, specifically the tools that I used. And once I had those tools together, like I said, now the top of my door would kind of pop on and off. So I drilled the pilot hole with it popped on, then I just kind of popped it off, and I put the 9/64 hole in the shelf. I popped it back on, I ran the screw in, and then I colored it black. Once you have all your tools together, this mod took me about 20 minutes, and it's been working for me for about a year now. If you have a minute, stop on over to the channel. I've been working on the playlist to bring you guys some additional information. So go ahead and click on playlist. I've got a list in there for the 99 SS Camaro. I've got a list in there for the Silver 85 Corvette, specifically what I've done with that car. I have a folder with C4 Corvettes and movies, a folder with C4 Corvette historical documents. That folder has the original commercial for the car.
Never seen anything like this before.
A new Chevrolet Corvette like never before.
Never before.
The original tech video going through all the technology they were debuting on this car.
Under the skin, Corvette's advanced engineering achievements continue. The frame and suspension system are virtually all new designs.
There's even a playlist in there for not cars but good. When you're all carred out, you can head over to this playlist, get yourself a couple of laughs. There's lots of good stuff in there. All these videos are worth checking out.
You see the guys down there with the bows and arrows? You see, that's why you've got to listen.
Just took the SS Camaro to Lebanon Valley. You got to check out the video. I bring you right inside the car, put all the live data up on the screen as I'm running the 1/4 mile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, come check out the playlist, and we'll see you next time on Kevin's Garage.